should be live. Welcome to Chasing Ghosts. This is my Sunday morning live stream from my motorcycle. I didn't tell anybody I was going live. I hardly ever do because my schedule's so random. So if you happen to see this is on, you happen to be watching, thank you so much. And well, what can I say? I'm sorry you're up at this hour like I am, which is kind of what it is. We gotta work for a living. These Harleys ain't cheap. Lord knows they ain't cheap. So the thing hasn't came up yet. Let's see if it does. It's usually about 2 minutes behind. There we go. Now it's playing. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about this morning except for my nose itches. As soon as I get to a spot I can take care of that, I'm going to take care of that. And good morning to everyone. I guess if you wake up, it's good morning. Well, maybe not. You know, I can imagine a situation where you're sick, you're in so much pain or something that maybe that's not a good morning. You know? I can see that. But maybe it is. Who knows? Perspective. You know what I mean? And it's going to have me talking. There we go. Now I get it down. Who's on there? Tolga, DJ Play Nice. How are y'all doing? Somebody else has to be up at the same hours that I am. I don't get much sleep. I get like 3-4 hours of sleep a night, maybe. Sometimes I don't even get that. I used to get less sleep. I used to stay up for days at a time. And I was a lot younger. I could do a lot of things when I was younger that I can't do now, which I'm sure a lot of y'all are. Good Lord, that guy's one headlight. Jesus Christ, if he... I don't know about y'all. I grew up in the country. We're hauling hay. We're doing all kinds of stuff. One of the first things that, you know, they taught us, you get a loaded trailer or anything like that, get out in the road with a screwdriver and you'd adjust your headlights so you weren't blinding everyone. You know, and they used to have that mark on the wall when they inspected your car to make sure that your headlights were adjusted. Now it's like, everybody's headlights go everywhere and it's annoying and people don't care. And I hate those new blinding ass headlights. You got to be illegal. And I know you can see better with them. I understand that. You can see amazing with them. That's wonderful for you. It sucks for everybody else. It's kind of another thing as you get older. Your night vision isn't what it used to be. I remember having to see the road for my mom. She couldn't read the signs. She couldn't do anything at night. And I would have to do that for her. Maybe there's a genetic component. I don't know. I really don't. I do know my grandfather had cataract surgery a little over 20 years ago. My mom just had cataract surgery like a year or two ago at about roughly the same age. And something tells me in 20 years I'll be having the same surgery. Those genetics are crazy. And I'll stop up here in a little bit and I'll check the chat out. I get to the halfway point, I'll flip through the chat and kind of see what's going on there. I see Tolga's out there. I see DJ Play Nice is out there. I see Motobomb Virginia's out there. So hello and welcome. And I better go before this guy runs me over. Well, he's going straight. Thank you. And y'all can watch the sunrise with me. Now, I am going live from a motorcycle. I am moving. Signal can come in and out and do its thing. So it may freeze up. It probably will freeze up. And if you want to hang in there with me, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. I understand. That just kind of is what it is. But this is also take a 2-hour nap after being up for 2 or 3 days. And I still don't have a 7th gear. Harley Davidson, can you fix that? But, you know, you're up for 2 or 3 days. You take a 2-hour nap and you just get up and run to work. Or you get up and you start shifting gears. I can't do that anymore. If I gotta be at work at 6, I need to leave I plan on leaving my house by 5 because I'm not going to get to work at 6. I'm going to get there a little before 6. And truck drivers, you know what I mean, you got stuff to do. You know, you're going to do your pre-trip and all that stuff before you ever start your pre-trip on your logbook. That way if you find something, you haven't started your logbook yet, you know. And well, if I'm leaving the house at 5 to be at work at 6, I need to be up at 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock in the morning, what I'm doing is I'm making a pot of coffee. And I'm going to sit there, I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to do what I got to do. And I've got to wake up. It's like my body's not awake yet. I'm awake, but my body's not awake yet. And I've had a lot of injuries. So the older you get, the more you feel down. Getting old is not for the weak. I'm not technically old yet. I'm not yet. My son calls me old. It's like I'm not that old. I mean, I would say I'm the same person in my head as I was when I was 20 years old, but I'm not. But yeah, you still kind of feel, you know, the same in your head as when you were 20, but I'm looking at 50. And my body don't feel the same way, you know? No way in hell does my body feel the same way. I've been literally impaled on a tree. I hit a tree face first. Yeah, me and trees don't get along. I'm like the anti-Lorax. Cut them all down. I keep hitting the damn things. Like once every 20 years I hit a tree. Hey, time before last I met my wife. That wasn't a bad thing. I've had other injuries, a lot of head injuries, and you know, things just are what they are. I think maybe it's supposed to be that way. You know, our lifespan has an ending. I think if you felt like you did when you were 20 and you make it to 90, I don't know how easily that would be accepted, you know. But if it keeps going downhill at the rate that it's going downhill, and I happen to make it to 90 years old, I mean, I had a great-great-grandmother that made it to 107. And she worked until she was 106. And they forced her in a nursing home, and she made it 3 months. She turned 107, and that was it. You can't do that to somebody that old. And, you know, if you made 90 years old and you felt like you did when you were 20, your body did. I don't know how easy that'd be to accept, but if it keeps declining at the current rate, I think you might be ready to go. Like, okay, I can understand it, you know, because you can follow that plot line as far as it's going to go, and that doesn't end up good. I think that kind of makes that inevitability of not being here anymore a little easier to accept if you're lucky enough to live that long. And a lot of people aren't. You know? So, I don't know how I got off on that topic. Oh yeah. Don't feel like I did when I was a kid. I can't do that. I mean, I could stay up forever, just days at a time, which really worked good when I was driving a flatbed truck with a forklift on the back of it all day. I was driving a bus shuttling people to the airport all night. I know you're not supposed to do that. You really weren't supposed to do that then, but, you know, we're talking over 20 years ago, and well, some things went under the radar, and I had my schedule worked where I had 2 days off a week. I think, whoa, there is gravel all over the damn place. Can y'all see that? And holy fuck, that's a lot of gravel. No, those 2 days off, I was going to college. I was trying to do all that kind of stuff, and it cracked my visor. It's getting froggy. I passed college algebra half asleep. I was getting less than 20 hours of sleep a week. At that point, something had to give. You know, I had a newborn, and I was working 2 jobs and trying to go to school, trying to get everything done, and just something had to give. Well, college went away, second job went away, everything went away. You kind of do what you have to. Yeah, how these roads suck. I mean, just for a vehicle to go to work and back, that Africa Twin would be a good bike. These roads get rough. I mean, you get tired of the roads washing out and all that, and you want to blacktop them, but I think somebody was a little artistic, and they wanted to keep the aesthetic of the washboard they were paving over. I don't know. That, or it's just a bunch of heavy farm equipment and trucks and stuff driving across it. One or the other. And when I get to the gas station up here where I turn, I'm going to stop and I'm going to look at the chat, if y'all are wondering. And if it's cutting out at any point, let me know. Then I can kind of look at the chat and kind of figure out points where my signal ain't so good. I went around the one road trying to see if the signal would hold better. I've also found that the time of day will help out a lot with the signal. Like right now, not a whole lot of people are using the internet, and it seems like my signal does a little better. I mean, it may go to shit now that I said that, but it has an effect on it. And then 4 o'clock in the evening, everybody's in their car and they're on their phone and they're on the internet. They're not at home, they're in their car. I see you, I'm in my truck, I see everything you're doing. You know, side note, Speaking of being able to see everything everybody's doing, why'd they take the Coochie Cola out of a car? They need to bring that thing back. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know that vent under the steering wheel? The reason Grandma wouldn't get rid of her old car. God, I can't see shit. They need to put that back in the cars. I mean, it has a purpose for both of the sexes. So, I don't know, maybe we can get with Ford or GM or somebody and get that put back in the car. Where is my turn? I talk too much and it fogs the hell out of my visor, and then I can't see where I'm going. The hell, my riding scares me too, so I don't need to see that shit. So let's go see if there's a train. See if there's a train here this morning. Because that would be my luck. There would be a train. I don't know if some of y'all are like, how can you be awake at this time of the morning and that awake? Well, I'm awake every morning. I think my boss thinks I'm a morning person, and I'm really not. You know, until I've got that cup of coffee down. Well, my cup of coffee is pretty big. It's a big cup of coffee. Until I've got that coffee down, I'm not exactly sociable. I understand my mom and my grandmother now. They'd be sitting at the kitchen table, smoking a Pall Mall, and actually, my grandmother went from Picayunes to, I think, Camel to Pall Mall. They'd have their cup of coffee, and they'd be sitting there, a house dress. I understand it now. The things you don't understand when you're a kid. I just wanted to watch cartoons on a Saturday morning. The TV station wasn't on yet. You had that little fuzzy thing with the bars across it, and then it'd come on and it'd have the call sign for the channel and the national anthem, and then you're watching like Chilly Willy or Woody Woodpecker, and you're waiting for the good cartoons to come on. Yeah, you're down there with a big bowl of cereal on shag carpet surrounded by wood paneling. Did anyone else grow up in the 80s? Anyone else born in the 70s? You get what I'm talking about? You didn't have that many channels. You had, whoa, that's a bump. CBS, NBC, ABC, PBS. You had like 2 channels up on the UHF. You got your Sunday matinee movie on. Whoa. Bumpy, bumpy. There we go. I went around some of them. Good. I don't know how good that shows up. Alright, anyone coming? Not really. Let's go. Make one little turn around up here. No, but cartoons that go off and you're kicked out. It's like the only time you're really allowed to stay in the house to watch cartoons on a Saturday morning. And then you're kicked out of the house like every other day. Ride your bike and go see your friends, and you could find where all of them were at by where their bikes were at. I'm gonna stop up here. road ain't exactly smooth. I don't know where our taxis are going. It ain't the road. Actually, it is. They're working on the road. But you know what I mean. One of the reasons I kind of get on it a little is so I can stop and I can turn and hopefully I don't get run over. And here we go. That is neutral. Cool. I didn't whiskey throttle my bike. I'm always scared I'm going to do that. Doesn't matter how many times. So, let's see if I can read this. Daniel Gold, Chasing Ghosts. Just saw you were alive, came in, hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay today. I'm going to work. You'd think I wouldn't be so broke, I work so damn much. Is a 70s kid, DJ Play Nice, yes. State Highway, that's US Highway right there. You definitely couldn't function without that sleep habit, or without one, yeah. Yeah, Motobomb. What I do is I use my phone as a hotspot. You have to turn the hotspot on the phone, and I use a GoPro. And if you go live from your GoPro, you need an internet source or a hotspot, so you connect to your phone as a hotspot. And I can't have anybody on the chat when I do that, but I can go live. That's what I do at like the Lone Star Rally when I'm riding around on my bike, is I'm going live like this. Up early, 4:30. Well, you can see my phone there. It's nearly 6 o'clock here now. So yeah, it's kind of a late start to the day. I need to pick my leg up because that exhaust is getting hot. Togo, you couldn't sleep much either. Just up or still? Did you sleep? Not much, I usually don't. Yeah, I'm live on a GoPro now. Also, if you do that, there's a way to connect it to your computer, but I think you have to have like Internet Explorer, Microsoft kind of thing. You can't do it from Chrome. And if you use one like that, you need to use a cable to plug in to keep it charged and all that. But I don't do that. I've got a little cheap laptop that doesn't have all the fancy stuff on it. It's basically a phone that's a laptop. It barely does more than my phone. When am I coming to Nebraska? I don't know. When is the administration going to change? Have somebody open up the oil field again, so I'm going back to North Dakota. I go through Nebraska all the time when I'm going to Williston. Except I usually go up through like York, and then I go north. I go to Grand Island, run up like 83 to Valentine, and go into South Dakota through the reservation that way. And that's generally my route. It's beautiful in the winter. It can be a nightmare too. Depends. And see, I need gloves. And I have no money. So if anyone wants to donate, I have my Subscribestar, my Patreon, my PayPal and all that stuff listed on my channel. I need gloves. There's a pair that I want. The dude's on Rady Rider's chat. I can't remember his name, but he has his own company with motorcycle gear. There's a pair of gloves he has that I would like to get if I could. They're like $65. So, but I'm gonna have to do something pretty quick. They're coming apart. So, let me see. I don't want to lose fingers. I mean, the road rash on your palm is bad enough. Losing a finger, because we all know the meat grinder of death or life, or yeah, the meat grinder of life down there, the road. Remember sharpening a stick on the concrete when you were a kid? Well, that's what it does to your bones if you're sliding across it. So you would think I would wear more gear, but it's just too damn hot down here. And that's an assessment and a risk that everyone does for themselves. I'm not exactly at GAT. You know, all the gear, all the time. Doggy, you be a good doggy. I hope that dog don't get hit. But I'm not exactly at GAT. But I'll tell you what, if they can make cooler clothing, you know, that you could sit in Houston area traffic when it's 105 and you didn't burn up, like, or they could add like AC to the suit, I would definitely be at GAT. I definitely would. You know, at least I wear a helmet and some gloves. See, I got my. And yes, I put my legs out on my bars. For having, you know, you'd put the front on these legs. There. Oh, I'm gonna hiccup or something. I don't know. But no problems putting my feet up there. In fact, as long as I have that, I can use the mids. Right? Well, there's a curve right on the path. I do appreciate that. So I keep getting a face. God, this is slow. But you do your thing. Do your thing, my friend. How's the signal been so far? So I know going down this road is going to cut out for a second, then I'm going to get it back. About halfway down this road that I'm fixing to turn on, it's going to start skipping on the signal. And then after I get through two of those curves, I should have my signal back. Should. I do not know. Lovely, they're going down the same freaking road. Not turning, are you? Enjoyed watching the sunrise with me. The wind noise ain't too much. I still haven't got that pin lock. Well, I got the pin lock visor, I just don't have the insert. Next time I buy a helmet, although I love the Scorpion helmet, that's my only complaint, is something like the pin lock insert. It's been so hard, and I really need a pin lock insert and a pin lock visor. So that's going to be a big deal when I look for another helmet. Because of fog. It's already humid enough down here. And trying to vlog, whatever you call this. You know, you got more breath inside your helmet with the humidity that's already here. I mean, I can drive straight to the ocean, just keep driving. You know, the road that I live off of, I don't live on. You just take it straight south, you'll hit ocean. Takes about 30 minutes. Glover, who they ended up making a general. I'm related to that guy. Revolutionary War. His brigade ferried Washington across the Delaware. That did. And there's Captain Phillips. And another leg. They're all doctors. You'd think I'd have money too. I don't. By the time it got to me, well, my dad didn't want to straighten his ways up. Oh, they didn't help him, and none of that made it to me. I just do my own thing. Yeah, you'd think I'd be out on the water more often. There's like ship captain after ship captain. Maybe the whole traveling thing's just in my blood, being away from home, that gypsy spirit sort of thing. Gypsy and Indian though. I found my grandparents' immigration paperwork on the other leg of the tree. It's like I got 3 legs of my family tree going off from my grandparents that go all the way back to Jamestown Colony, Maryland Colony, Elizabethtown. Then I have this other leg of my family tree that I'm reading my grandfather's immigration paperwork from 1940, and they misspelled his name several times in different ways on the same document. And they listed his race as Ruthenian, which apparently means Russian. And it said RUS dot Czech. But of course, when he was born there, it wasn't Czechoslovakia either. That's the other thing. A lot of those people, it'll say like Austria, and they're not Austrian, they're Slavs, but it was under the Austrian influence of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And it was just Bohemia and Moravia, you know, and a few other places. It's just weird. I guess that's as American as it gets though. Goes all the way back to the early settlers, goes back to the founding. There's people, War of 1812, Revolutionary War, Civil War, every war. My grandfather, well, one of my grandfathers landed at Normandy and was injured in the Battle of the Bulge. Then on the other side, that grandfather served in Korea, and his brother was, well, his brothers, all of them fought in World War II. One of them was on Iwo. It used to go back, I mean, the war records and stuff like that are easily documentable. So you pull all this information up, that's easy to find, draft records, all that stuff. You got far enough, all you find is, you know, church records, births, marriage, children. So I guess thank you to the church. But anyways, you can see my money up there ahead. You can see those chemical plants. And this is about the point where I let y'all go. And I'm hoping y'all have a wonderful Sunday morning. If you go to church, go to church. If not, have fun, barbecue, drink a beer because I can't drink it. And y'all take care of yourselves. I'm gonna look at the chat before I turn that feature off. So when I park, I will look at your comments. And y'all have a good day. You know, so adios, bye, Nashla, ciao, vaya con Dios, however you say bye. I will catch y'all later. And thank y'all for joining me this morning. Y'all are awesome. Y'all take care.